You need a new movie idea, man.
No, man. You got any hot dog?
Nah, bruh, I got nothing. Writing movies is hard.
Wait. You just made that hot dog talk.
Yeah.
Sausage Parties from the guys that brought you movies like Pineapple Express, This Is the End, and The Interview. And basically, after I've said that, you should probably assume what this movie is about. This movie tells the story from the point of view of food produce that is available at supermarkets. These are products like sausages, buns, sodas, honey mustards, etc., which want to be sold because they believe that the world outside is what they call the great beyond. It's like a gateway to heaven for them, and they want to be chosen by the gods, who are in this case the human beings. However, when they go outside, they realize that the gateway to heaven isn't exactly what it's supposed to be, and the food is basically being used for human consumption. In other words, they are getting murdered out there, and they want to find a way to stop this from happening. And that leads to a pretty fucked up movie. Sausage Party is one of those crazy movies where it just comes along and you don't expect it to come along, and then it comes along and then you're just like, okay. That's this movie. It's a really raunchy, really abusive, but a really funny film, and definitely not taking your kids for this one because apparently they showed the trailer for this during a Finding Dory screening. It made a news headlines, and that was a funny headline, actually. Is this a great movie? No, but it's definitely a really fun film and one that I thoroughly enjoyed watching. It's a raunchy film, yes, and if you are not into that kind of thing, stay 50 feet away from this film because this is probably the raunchiest film I've seen from Seth Rogen and company. It's almost merciless in its approach, and it makes sure of that, and it has one of the most insane endings I have ever seen in any movie ever. Probably the most insane one. We can make an argument about this. So what did I like about this movie? I like the animation style. It was actually very well animated. The trailers, it looked a little wonky at times, the animation, but however, in the end result of the film, the animation is actually extremely well done, and the characters are brilliant, and the voice work which goes into them is also really good, because Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Edward Norton, Salma Hayek, all these actors and actresses do a fantastic job of bringing these characters, such as this sausage and this bun, who really want to have sex by putting the hot dog inside the bun. Yeah, that's a thing in this movie. And the social issues in this movie. There are social issues in this movie which are tackled, certain agendas which are tackled, which are very interesting because you see it from the point of view of food, and you're seeing all these characters talk about things which are in today's society. No spoilers, but there are certain things which if you think about for a moment, and you think about what the relevant social agendas are at this point in time in the world, I think you know exactly where I'm going with saying they deal with relevant social issues. And for the most part, the script is also really good. It's raunchy, yes, and like I said, very abusive, but it's a funny script. I was laughing throughout this movie. There are some problems though, and I will get into that in a minute, but the script is really good, the direction is great, the musical score and the music, there is a brilliant opening scene with this musical number from All the Food, which is really, really good, and it's really not the movie you expect it to be. And some of the sequences where you see the humans interacting with the food characters are actually pretty good, which brings me to a con. If you've seen the trailer for this movie and you've seen scenes where humans are basically using the food to make their own dishes, there isn't that much of that in this movie. Most of this movie takes place in the supermarket, and while it was a little deviating from what I thought the trailer was going to offer me, it was still a fun ride. However, if you're expecting a lot of human food interaction, there isn't that much, though there are some integral plot points which involve that. Secondly, there is a point in this film where the pacing and the comedy kind of just falls apart. The pace drops are very noticeable in this film, and it does feel dragged out at times, even though it's only 80 minutes long. And those are my only big problems with this film. I really enjoyed this movie. It's a raunchy film, it's an abusive film, it's a really, really merciless comedy, but it's a comedy, and I laughed throughout. I'm gonna give Sausage Party a 7.5 out of 10. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for 100 subscribers plus. I didn't think we would get this far, and it's only uphill from here. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.